And then moving into the main event, Vergil Ortiz, The Problem, Michael McKinson. Man, Michael McKinson's tough to watch. Not that he's bad by any means.
Yeah, he wasn't bad, Carson.
A lot of clinching though.
He's a spoiler.
Yeah,
he's a spoiler.
Yeah,
and I don't mean that as a diss.
Yeah.
You have to be crafty.
Yeah.
To be a spoiler.
Yeah, I was just surprised at the number of clinches from. You're unbelievable. From Michael McKinson, but
why would you be surprised?
What'd you think? I think I view him as a little bit more of a.
So Kilbrook came over here and did.
Barely held you and 1-2'd you to an IBF championship.
1-2'd your ass.
Yeah.
I'm not even shouting out Kilbrook.
Shout out to Kilbrook.
I got animosity with him right now.
I got no animosity to him.
You still mad about the?
Yeah.
Hey, he ain't talking about the fight.
Yeah,
he ain't talking about the fight, everybody.
You know
he
what
talking
I'm
about something else.
That's funny. But yeah, I don't know. I was just a little.
Text him.
I was a little surprised by that. But what do we think of Vergil overall? Back in the ring. Back in there.
Look good. Look solid. He's not ready for no boots, Spence Crawford. I say go after Conor Ben. That'll be a hell of a fight.
What about Alexis Rocha?
Yeah, he beats Rocha.
That's what's next for him.
It's Golden Boy.
It's
makeable.
fight.
Yeah, it's makeable.
Well, hey, hold on. What about Blair?
Beats him too.
I know. He
I
beat
can
both
see
of
them making that.
He beat both of them the same night.
I could see him making it. I'm not sure about both.
I like Rocha then Blair.
Yeah.
I just don't see this.
I'm not mad at it. I'm not sure I would throw him in there yet with
Easiest
Bud,
one to
DJ
make
or,
when big ones is the Ben.
Yeah, maybe you could make that.
Is that fight? I mean,
No clue what you
I hate the.
He says the easiest one to make, Conor Ben.
Oh, yeah, that's what. Okay.
I mean, I hate the over marination era.
I didn't know.
But that's red meat. Like I haven't even been thrown in the oven yet.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
He's not ready for the dogs.
What do
He's
we?
not ready for
I
the
think
dogs.
Before we go into what's next, do we have any thoughts on the performance at all?
Yeah.
Before we kind of go into what's next.
I think. Look, sorry. Sean.
And I was, but to be fair, I was the one that.
His fault.
No, I actually was the one that
trying
did
to
it.
make fights.
I was the one that did it. Then I was like, damn, we skipped the fight. Go ahead though. What'd you think, Zittel?
I actually want to hear SP first.
Okay, good.
What you got, SP?
Overall, it was what I expected.
Yeah.
I was actually surprised at the post-fight interview. He said I wasn't listening. I wasn't doing what my corner was telling me to do. But for me, outside looking in, obviously not knowing the game plan, didn't look like he wasn't executing. It didn't look like he wasn't doing what needed to be done to beat McKinson. So I was like, okay. So then I go back and I watch the fight, and I'm like, I just don't know what it was, what their objective was for the fight. But overall, I still think that he needs some better feet work. He needs to cut this ring off better, and he can't. Everybody can't be Jason. You can't just walk somebody down without the head movement. You know that earmuff. You know,
he keeps that right hand
Glued
up there.
Yeah.
and I'm not mad at that, but you need more than that against, you know, the elite guys.
You have to move the head also.
So what I want to see from him, I don't think he's ready for the biggest fights. No. And I don't think there's no I don't think there's no problem with that. Yeah,
of course.
I don't think there's no problem.
Yeah.
It's not there's not a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that.
No,
I like to see you fight Blair, and I like to see you fight Rocha, but I want to see you improve. And I haven't seen much improvement. I want to see better defense, and I want to see him be more tactical in terms of how he gets at guys instead of just the Jason, let me walk you down, let me punish you, let me break you down.
I actually thought he cut off the ring a little better than I anticipated.
Well, this is the first time he was fighting a guy that was really going to give him that look.
Yeah.
So.
And I think you know, because I think Bud's onto something. He said, you know, he felt like Ortiz was rushing. He felt like he was putting too much power on his shots, and he was trying too hard. And I'm like, one side of that is like, well, that's who he's been since we've seen him on TV. But then the other side of that is, okay, like listen to that. If you're forcing everything, if you're punching too hard with everything, pull back on some of that and start to work on ways to set it up, you know? So again, I think that Bud is kind of giving some answers to the, you know, some pieces to the puzzle in terms of what he can improve on.
Yeah.
Still good, good development fight.
Yeah,
you know,
of course.
He needed.
You have to fight those guys at some point.
You have to.
That kind of guy.
He needed to look at that. You know, you can't just eventually fight a South.
I had to fight Kel.
to get better. Who you got better from it?
I did.
Yeah,
I had
you
to fight
did.
Kel.
So this is a fight. Look, all the top guys, I said it last week, Spence, Boots switches, and Crawford fights most of his rounds in southpaw. He needed to get rounds in against a slick, tough to hit, frustrating southpaw, and a guy that he could afford to make those mistakes and learn from. So that if you get pop shot by that straight left by McKinson, it's not a left hand from Terrence Crawford that could hurt you. And now, okay, so that's the shot I have to get out of the way of. And okay, this angle. And because he gave him some of the looks and the angles that Crawford will give him with his feet. And I think beginning of the year or last year, I said, I'd love to see Ellis. And then maybe he's ready for Crawford and he could beat him. He can't. No, he doesn't beat Crawford based on what I saw last night.
Or the other guy you mentioned,
which was Ellis.
Rashidi. I'm taking that to the grave.
We'll never see it, unfortunately.
Someday, sometime, somehow.
But no, the thing is though, because of this fight, even though I'd still favor Crawford to beat him for sure right now, no shame in that, is he would be better. He'd do better against Crawford if he gets into the ring with him after fighting McKinson than he would have before. So it's a step in the right direction. It really is. I remember Haney when Haney got hurt by Linares, and that's all anybody wanted to talk about. I was like, okay, but that's not the same Devin Haney you're going to get next time. You're going to get a better Devin Haney, and same thing with Vergil. I still think, I think he's the fourth best welterweight in the game. I think it's Crawford, Spence, Boots, and then either him or Keith. I think him and Keith would be like a pick'em fight right now at 147. So
he get Conor Ben?
Yeah. I think I got him on Conor Ben right now.
That's an all offense fight.
That's a good fight. Somebody going to sleep.
Absolutely. And no fan is going to sleep in that one. Sometimes we joke like the fans are going to sleep.
I want that fight. I feel like that's the fight, and whoever wins that goes to the next level.
And Shawn was talking about when you're the shorter guy and when you're the guy coming forward, you got to come in behind the jab. And he didn't do that as much as I think he's capable of against Michael McKinson. And I hope he learns from that, and I think he will. Yeah. Because it's like you're going in naked when you walk in without a jab, And
he talking right now. Is that what he's saying?
No, he's right.
It's what's important. What's important, like you can't just look at him and be like, okay, he's straight up and down. He's going to be a sitting duck for the counters and the angles of Crawford. I said it last week, but you got to remember the pressure fighters. Duran in the first fight with Leonard, Castillo against Floyd, Maidana the first time against Floyd. It's those guys that are going to nonstop coming, but you got to do it the right way. You got to be relentless. You got to be behind your jab, and that's how you get to the more athletic, rangier, faster guy. So and Vergil's
body punching. And
he's working on it.
And dear God, were those some body punches he landed yesterday. Yeah. I still don't quite understand what happened on the stoppage, by the way.
Great body shot.
What do you mean?
Hurt his leg.
Did he hurt his leg?
Yeah, he hurt his leg.
Okay.
Great body shots, by the way, but
saw
still
some theorizing that it was from a body shot.
How hard is it to fight when your body's hurt? When you take a big shot, like do your body immediately go into moving?
Wish I knew.
And how about the next boxer here? You never been hurt to the body? Kelly Pavick stopped you.
Yeah. That's what happens. You get stopped. You don't keep going.
He knows how to put on the. He knows how to get out of there.
I don't know what the hell wrong with Keith, and I don't know how he know how to keep going.
Because usually I feel like you get hit with a body shot, you go down like my man last night. Yeah. Keith Thurman will get on a bike and start going.
Only man in the world I've ever seen.
Oh, usually it just drops your body though?
Or you shell up, or you take a knee. Keith's just like the second that he feels that button click, he just starts going, man. But yeah, there was some vicious body punching by Vergil.
Although still working on like that perfect Chavez Canelo, they get it right around that elbow, and his were still falling on the elbow sometimes. Like still got some got to work get that Chavez body shot.
With a cut.
Huh?
Cotto fought the whole night with a cut.
Right, Cotto had that body shot.
Damn, Mike.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, nasty. Nasty. Yeah, he definitely got cut as well, like Ant said. I'm just trying to look at it from a realistic perspective of Golden Boy, and I'm not mad. Kind of going back to what we were mentioning earlier. Rocha, good fight.
Blair,
good fight.
Then he shoots for the stars.
I think they're both southpaws too.
Why he got to shoot for the stars?
It's time to go.
And he seems like he's ready. He's ready to go for it. I mean, Oscar is who Oscar is, so he's gonna say what he says.
Hey, Oscar, they're good people over at Golden Boy. Okay,
I'm not
everything
I've
said. I'm taking back everything I've said about Golden Boy. Okay,
yeah,
as a matter of fact, I deleted a tweet.
Well, and I think also they when you mentioned actually I think it was Zittel mentioned needing to look at McKinson and that kind of guy. Blair's going to give you a completely different look. Roach is going to give you a completely different look. So you're just, you know,
And they're southpaws.
Yeah, so you're getting more looks at those guys. But I think he beats all of those guys, to be fair. But yeah, keep developing.
I was still curious. Is there any chance? You know, I think we're going to get Crawford Spence in the end. But I was wondering if there's any chance Crawford had any talks with DAZN over the weekend about fighting Vergil. You know, just got to explore your options.
Sure.
But
Bag up plan for Spence.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You know, if
this don't work out,
because if they're desperate to stay relevant in the U.S. market, maybe they do a ridiculous offer that you know. But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they'll end up doing.
But I think Golden Boy is probably not quick to want to put him in there. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Sean's out of control.
Is there a chance he never gets Spence Crawford? Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
He moves on to the next generation of welterweights, him and Boots. And who else is next?
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna beat Boots anything
No, hell
in this
no.
lifetime.
He's gonna get the Boots beat.
Maybe Spence happens at 54 one day because they're both from Texas and
he's
it can sell.
also, and Vergil's also a big guy. So
That's true.
I think he could pretty comfortably fill in at 54. But I think he could maybe just catch the next wave of welterweights. But I'm not sure how long he would want to stay and wait for it for belts to open up and everything. But
He has a WBO, something.
Mandatory,
God
basically.
love him.
Yeah.
Oh.
no, wasn't it WBA?
No, it's WBO.
Is it? Okay.
No, that's stop. Don't do WBO. You a hater,
I was trying to loop
bro.
them back in there.
You a hater.